Taylor Swift and Joe Alwyn have emerged as one of Hollywood's greatest private enterprise couples since they met in 2016. Notwithstanding her worldwide acclaim and his roles in a slew of renowned movies, they've succeeded in keeping their connection under wraps. The couple is said to have encountered at the 2016 Met Gala, and while they avoid interaction rumors, they appear to be content as boyfriend and girlfriend. It might have been shocking if they weren't connected during the disease outbreak, but Joe's Instagram story photos of Taylor's cat Benjamin from April 29, 2020 demonstrated it. In a discussion, Taylor disclosed that her song Peace from 2020 Folklore was motivated by her connection with Joe. Joe sympathized with her lavish lifestyle, she informed Paul McCartney for Rolling Stone, but she's attempted to establish as regular a life for them as she can. From attending the premieres of each other's films, dating secretly in London, confirming the date rumors, dancing in the crowd, opening to the public after partying, talking about each other on TV, quarantining together, co-writing albums, and a winning duo, they have done everything that a couple should do. But wait, now there is news that they have been living together in a mansion. What actually? If you are obsessed with them and follow them, you must be curious about this news. Want to know about their current residency? Want to know why they live together? Yes, and you must stick to this video because you will be listening to some really exciting news about them. Now let's get started. While Primrose Hill is primarily remembered for the raucous shenanigans of some of its celebs inhabitants, a more hardy public figure has recently relocated in. Taylor Swift is said to be residing in a £7 million 6-bedroom mansion in the North London colony with actor Joe Alwyn. The pair spent the majority of the lockdown at his Crouch End flat. Ms. Swift, 31, will have no scarcity of celebrity neighbor notes, though it appears that she will want to avert at least a few of them. Two of her ex-boyfriends, singer Harry Styles and actor Tom Hiddleston, live just a little distance away. Styles lives in nearby Hampstead, while Hiddleston is assumed to live less than a mile away. Ms. Swift, who was seeking a more adequate long-term British foundation, and Alwyn moved into the 4-story townhouse earlier this year. It is assumed she pays to rent the house. According to people familiar with the US singer, she and Alwyn, the 30-year-old star of the Oscar-winning film The Favourite, desired a larger space during her time in the UK. They assert, however, that Nashville continues to stay in her main home. According to one origin, lockdown has impacted a lot of factors for Taylor and Joe, so they will be staying longer in London than they planned. As a result, they decided it was time to discover themselves somewhere a little more large. Ms. Swift and Alwyn, both from North London, have been together for 4 years. Prior to the lockdown, she was said to be a frequent visitor to his mom and dad's residence in Highgate. Primrose Hill grew in popularity in the late 1990s and early 2010s as a breeding ground of wild boozing thanks to a gang of hard-drinking local residents that also included Noel Gallagher, Kate Moss, Sadie Frost, and Jude Law. Claire Foy and Vanessa Kirby are the two most recent buyers. This Swift spokesman refused to comment. Joe Alwyn, who is presently playing the lead in Sally Rooney's Conversations with Friends, lives a low-key life with megastar girlfriend Taylor Swift. But did you recognize that the pair live in North London? The love story singer rose to prominence as a teenager and is currently valued at around $400 million, much of which she would seem to have involved in assets in New York, Rhode Island, Los Angeles, and Nashville. For centuries, the affluent Primrose Hill neighborhood has been a celeb's hotspot. Over the years, the breathtaking place has evolved into an extremely coveted residing spot, with house prices rising to represent this. Indeed, so plenty of famous actors, models, and music artists migrated to the region in the 1990s that the Primrose Hill set, which included a slew of celebrities including Sadie Frost, Kate Moss, Ewan McGregor, Sienna Miller, and Rhys Ifans, was born. Other popular spots for celebrity sightings include Belsize Park, Hampstead Heath, and Notting Hill, where VIPs such as the Beckhams, Amy Adams, Robert Pattinson, and Suki Waterhouse have been spotted. Joe and Taylor have reportedly been hooking up for 5 years and connected at the Met Gala in 2016. Joe revealed to GQ magazine that he and Taylor unintentionally started to write songs together. Speak about an overwhelm of sweetness. Taylor Swift appears to have traded her American celebrity for a more normal life in London with her long-term partner. When she's in the equity with Joe, the 32-year-old maintains a low-key presence. She's created a song called London Boy about living in the city with Joe since they first met in 2017. Joe grew up in North London, so the couple divided their moment between Joe's parents' house in Highgate and his flat in Crouch End before moving to their current home, a mansion in Primrose Hill. Taylor was sighted in London just this past week when she merged Haim up to the mic at the O2 Arena on Thursday evening. During the show, The Bank, which consists of sisters Danielle, Alana, and Est, conducted a mashup of their relevant tracks Gasoline and Taylor's iconic love story. Danielle said of Taylor, "Not only is this person I'm about to introduce out the most unbelievable musician, lyricist, creator, and an absolute legend all around. She's one of our good friends, so please welcome Taylor Swift to the stage, O2 Arena." I mentioned that my girls were going to play at the O2 in London, and I thought, I'm going to have to see that, Taylor reacted. and it appears that about 20,000 other people believed the same thing. We were thinking that if we did some kind of mashup, we might be able to convince you to play a song the real loud you've ever sung all night. This emerges after numerous speculations surfaced that Joe had proposed to Taylor, but she has been seen in public without the need for a ring on her finger. Taylor appears to be looking to sit quietly, as she has supposedly bought a moderate household car in order to travel undercover in London. Taylor absolutely adores her new practical car, which allows her to keep driving all over London without being noticed, a source told The Sun. She could purchase any car she wants, but she understands she won't attract any focus in her new family vehicle. This contrasts with her ownership of a £40 million Dassault Breguet Mr. Falcon 900 private jet. Find Me in the Pub. We're watching rugby with his school pals, Taylor sang in the song Find Me in the Pub, from her 2019 album Lover, which explained her life in the United Kingdom. Once again, only a few folks understand specifics about the marriage, and Taylor hasn't even informed some of her team about the interaction, the spokesperson reveals. They would like to have their love to be as far from the spotlight as plausible. This is strictly for them, and if and when they do transfer pledges, there will be no Vogue, Rolling Stone, or Hello magazines present. It will be straightforward and graceful, just like them. Alwyn discussed rumors about him covertly proposing in April, telling the Wall Street Journal, "If I had $1 for every time I've been advised I've been involved, then I'd have a lot of carrier back." Let's be honest, if the response was yes, I would still not say anything. And if the answer was no, I wouldn't say anything. While Swift, 32, and Alwyn, 31, have remained silent since their 2017 romance, this is not the first time reports of their interaction have popped up. Swift herself fed the scuttlebutt in January 2020 with an evidently massive diamond engagement ring on her left ring finger in her Netflix documentary, Miss Americana. Unconscious that people are interested in that aspect of things, Alwyn told Vogue in 2018, "I think we've been very personal effectively, and that has now plunged in for people, but I actually prefer to speak about work." Swift, on the other hand, later brought Alwyn into the office with her. Under the alias William Bowery, he collaborated on 2 songs on her 2020 album Folklore, Exile and Betty. On Folklore's sister album, he also attributed to the songs Evermore and Champagne Problems. Swift expressed gratitude to Alwyn in her commencement address at the 2021 Grammy Awards, telling Joe, "Who is the first individual that I perform every single song that I write, and I had the best time in quarantine writing songs with you." This is all about them, and for today's video, what are your views on their living together in a huge mansion? Did you find them sweet? Do share your views so that we can know. And if you liked the video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to the channel right now.